First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and the all stills great millstone, while lunch is truth. And also to those elect that are scattered abroad, I like to say Shalom. And come back here today with another great powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And the title of today's lesson is Arizona Housing Crisis. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners. Hope this helped you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, have another quick news article here by New York Post. And it reads, it said Arizona City to allow workers to sleep in their cars as it grapples with housing costs. Let's see it. Let's get a little bit more here. It says, and Arizona City has approved a program that would allow homeless workers to sleep in their cars amid skyrocketing housing prices, outraging residents, according to a report. The Sedona City Council voted 6-1 to approve the Safe Place to Park program this week, which include 40 designated parking spots for those employed full-time within the city limits, with temporary bathroom and showers on site. So, oh man, we already seeing right now that, these things are getting ready to pick up. The Lord is constantly breaking the staff of the bread. Also, America is gradually and slowly becoming a third world country. We know that all hell is getting ready to break loose. We know we're coming upon a great economic collapse. We seeing, it's not going to be any jobs very soon. All these store closing. Also, we knowing that these billionaires are constantly selling off all sorts of stocks. A lot of things are constantly happening. Also, they constantly raising these rent. Your rent constantly going through the roof. Also, it's very difficult to provide for your family now. So a lot of people now is getting ready to be homeless. So so we seeing that these things don't constantly pick up. Hard times are coming upon us. Like hyperinflation. It's unemployment, layoffs, store closing. A lot of things are coming down the pipe. A lot of people can't afford rent. These high housing costs. So it's going to be a crisis. This has all been manufactured and engineered. So we already knowing that these things, they lining these things up. And also, it's already was rumors in California that they were going to make homelessness illegal. So a lot of things they're putting into play. And also these migrants, they're letting them out in the street after they have brought them in here and they had housing for them. Now they're saying that they're running out of money and funding. So this is going to be order out of chaos. We already knowing that by them setting up these the safe place to park, these set areas in these residents, this is going to set up a lot of crime, a lot of drug, and also a lot of death. It's going to constantly increase. This is what they want. Order out of chaos. Constantly they bringing forth all these different problems, and and also these are the working poor. So these employees, they're getting together, to keep you working, let you sleep in your car. What kind of this is ridiculous. This place is getting more and more wickeder and wickeder each and every day. The love of many is constantly waxing cold and colder. Because we seeing right now there's a lot of people right now is getting ready to be homeless. Poverty is getting ready to say, famine is getting ready to say, food shortage, water shortage, no internet, so we constantly warn you about Jacob's trouble. So we seeing these things are happening. So see right here, once again, I got a video bringing out with a little bit more edification. It said, Arizona City to allow workers to sleep in their cars, as it grapples with housing costs. So we seeing that these things are going to constantly pick up left and right. A lot of people are not going to be able to afford a place to stay. A lot of people are not going to be able to afford food. A lot of people are not going to be able to afford clothing. A lot of people are not going to be able to afford their medication. So a lot of people are getting ready to be taken in a great number. So we knowing about this migrants crisis. So we seeing all these things are constantly coming together. It's going to be a lot of uproars of the people. It's going to be a lot of civil unrest, civil war. These things things are getting ready to come. Rioting, protesting. Because what? Because what? The lack of bread. You know what I'm saying? Also, in these bank runs, this great economic collapse. A lot of things are coming down the pipeline. In the middle of the Lord, we constantly warn you left and right. It is here. You see it right here in Arizona. So he constantly setting these things up. And also, we already know what they already have in place. These FEMA account, all these chipping stations. You understand what I'm saying? So we know that grain of rice is fast approach. And also, we know that they're going to get ready to bring forth this universal basic income is going to work hand in hand with the digital currency, also with your biometrics, these digital IDs. So, hey, man, we're not ignorant of Satan devices. So now, before we start today, let's get a quick precept. Let's go here to Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. And it reads, said, nevertheless, as the tokens are the prophecies of the signs of the time, said, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Verse 2 said, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. So we already know that many will be taken in a great number because of what? It could be a pandemic. Also civil war. You know what I'm saying? All sorts of death and destruction come upon us. Also a great economic collapse. You know what I'm saying? Whereby, you will not be able to provide for your family. Homelessness. You know what I'm saying? Poverty is getting ready to set in. A lot of things are coming. Also pestilence. A lot of people will be taken in a great number. And also, if you take that, you're going to be taken also. So we know a lot of things are coming upon us at a fast pace. But a lot of people are going to trust in the strength of Egypt because they're going to constantly want a sense of normalcy. But it's nothing going back the same. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. In the middle of the Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. Let's read this again. It said, Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1, it said, nevertheless, as the tokens are the prophecies are the signs of the time, said, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. The land shall be barren of faith because the famine of the word. So these things are constantly picking up. We all did a lesson yesterday on an update of the famine of the word. So these things are coming fast approach. So your necessity, your way of life, your livelihood is getting ready to change. No job, no resources, no bank account, no food, no water. What are you going to do? And one thing about it, we know that we get very close. Verse 2, it said, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. So it's getting ready to be a time of trouble that we've never seen before. So, we know that, the love of many shall wax cold, you know what I'm saying? And iniquity shall abound. I mean, it's going to increase. We're seeing that things are constantly excellent. We're seeing that evils are growing all around us, left and right. We're seeing that, these employees, say, hey, it's okay for you to sleep in your car as long as you come to work. So, they're what you call the working poor. And one thing about it, once this dollar crash, all hell is getting ready to break loose. This is exactly what they wanted. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Abishai, the servant of the Lord, the elect, the true believer, the Lord already said, my servant shall eat, they shall be whole. My servant shall drink, they shall be thirsty. All we must do is constantly trust and believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashim Abishai. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is Arizona Housing Crisis. So I have a few videos, and our videos will start the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
Sleep in their cars as it grapples with the housing cost. That's right. So, because the cost of living has amounted to an astronomical price, they don't want to lose their workers because they are the working homeless, what we've been talking about. So they came up with a plan. Let's let them sleep in their cars at this park. So the mayor there, they're not happy with him for these efforts because they feel like that this is not a great solution. Yeah. I mean, John goes to work at this company for 26 years. Now John cannot afford his home. We now think that it's okay for John to sleep in his car just as long as he shows up for work. We truly have a housing crisis on our hands to the point that we are willing to have our employees sleep in the parking lot in their cars so they can make sure they come to work. What are we supposed to do, Americans? What are your thoughts? Because for me, I think this is a big slap in the face for John, who's been there for 26 years. This is the only solution that we can come up with. Instead of us trying to lower the cost of housing, we're going to let John sleep in the parking lot in his car so he can make sure he clock in at 8 o'clock. Yeah. Also, there's a part in there that a lot of people disagree with this decision in Arizona because they're afraid that this will produce pollution, drug use, and illegal activities. Like that doesn't happen in the world anyway. Just saying. But John worked at that company for 26 years, and this is the things he gets. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. We have a housing crisis. More to come.
Hey everyone, Mason Carroll here in Sedona at the Cultural Park. Now this is a popular spot for a trailhead and hiking, but at night people have to leave. But that could soon change as the city is looking at safe parking spots and turning this lot here into safe parking. Now the issue is affordable housing. According to statistics from this year, the median home price in Sedona that sells is about $1.2 million. So finding affordable housing is a real issue. And a lot of people, because of this, are having to live out of their cars or their vans. The city says they've heard many reasons for this, especially from local businesses and employees. Businesses we spoke with, some say that they do employ a lot of people who work and live out of their cars, and they say this is the right solution as long as it's implemented soon. Others say that this is just putting a band-aid on a larger problem, and this is not what the city should be focusing on. We did talk to the city about this. They say that this is a temporary solution, that their plan and their goal is to be able to have this move people out of this into more affordable housing, and there are larger affordable housing projects in the works right now. So let us know, do you think this will be a good solution to affordable housing in Sedona, or should the city be focusing on more?
Next to a parkway, in this parking lot, 54-year-old Maria begins her day. Maria no longer has a place to live. She's been sleeping in her van for a year now. Just like Maria, around 30 other people sleep overnight in their car in this free parking lot. Nevertheless, most of them work. They're security guards, Uber drivers, secretaries, or even computer technicians. Maria is a cleaner and a carer, exhausting work that she does 7 days a week.
So we seeing that things are getting ready to get out of control. Jacob's trouble, you know what I'm saying? Who will be the most in trouble? The Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indian. I'm talking to you. We're seeing right now a lot of these things are constantly happening all around America, left and right. And a lot of they won't put this in the news. A lot of these things, they just hint on it. But, you know, we're in a crisis. And one thing about it, we know that things are getting ready to escalate. We know that it's going to become a time that we have never seen before, you know, and we seeing that we're very close to this time. Poverty, you know, just think, you know, right now you're eating good right now. And all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you're looking for food. You're trying to find a place to stay, shelter. You know, it's hot, you know what I'm saying, in the summertime, and it's cold in the winter, brutal winters, you know what I'm saying. So we know that these things are fast to approach. So let's start today's lesson. Just a quick lesson through the Spirit. 2 Samuel chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown place appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So we already knowing that America is on the decline. We already know that this place is constantly, gradually turning into a third world country. And we already knowing that, you know what I'm saying, it's getting ready to be a great famine, you know, great pestilence, great sorrow. You know what I'm saying, the beginning of sorrow, mourning, death, and destruction is fast approaching. We're at the beginning of these all these evils. They're constantly growing all around us. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing that the infrastructure is constantly declining. We're seeing that the economy is constantly declining. We're seeing that these store closing, you know, constantly they're closing up. Everything is constantly drying up. No more jobs, you know, left and right. They're constantly telling you, you know, it's okay. You can sleep in your car as long as you be at work. You know, so a lot of people are overworked right now. A lot of people have a lot of desperation. A lot of people are very weary and worn down. And one thing about it, that they're just like a ticking time bomb. We already knowing that, all hell is going to break loose once again. And one thing about it, we seeing that it's almost at the boiling point. We knowing all these rumors of wars are all over the place. April the 8th, you know what I'm saying? What's going over there with Ukraine and Russia. Already Russia already has warned NATO, that they're getting ready to go to war. So everyone is preparing for war right in our own backyard. So it's getting ready to be it's getting ready to be a nightmare here. If the Lord is not on your side, you'll get ready to be totally destroyed. You get ready to be deleted. We constantly warn you left and right. All the games about to be over. So now let's go here another quick. Let's go here to Ezekiel. Let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 5. We're seeing that the Lord is constantly breaking the staff of the bread. So like I passed it up. Ezekiel chapter 5. One moment. Ezekiel chapter 5. We'll start up at verse 14. Ezekiel chapter 5 and verse 14 said, moreover, I will make thee waste and a reproach among the nation that are round about thee. It said, in the sight of all that pass by thee. So the Lord's getting ready, make this place an example. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. This is getting ready to be a lake of fire. So we at the beginning stages of, we're seeing all these things are happening left and right. People are losing their homes. A lot of people losing their cars, pretty much losing everything. Just, it's getting ready to be a problem upon a problem. So we already know that this is disorder out of care. This is what they want. They get ready to bring forth that solution. We're in that transition into a digital currency, a cashless society. And it's going to bring forth all sorts of hell. And one thing about it, he would not be able to perform his enterprise. So we already know that the devil is getting ready to fill his belly, his agenda, his plan. He's seeing all these things that keep happening left and right, one calamity behind another. So one thing about the Lord is getting ready to make this place example very soon. You're gonna see, all these nations constantly what is kindled around us, man. We seeing it, right? This place is getting ready to be a reproach very soon. It's at verse 15. It said, so it shall be a reproach. It said, and a taunt and a instruction and a astonishment unto the nation that are round about thee. So when I shall execute judgment in thee in anger and in fury and in furious rebukes, I, the Lord, have spoken. And so the Lord's getting ready to judge this place. So you see little by little, the Lord is constantly making it happen little by little. The Lord got power over poverty. The Lord got power over what? Riches. So, the Lord can make you homeless. The Lord can make it, and also he can sustain you. But the 2/3, they're getting ready to catch hell like they have never seen before. But because what? They was that same rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. We are ready upon judgment. Mass judgment is getting ready to go forward. We constantly warning you left and right. The men of the Lord, they are standing on their watch right now, constantly warning you. All these things that's constantly happening all around the world. And they happen left and right. And they constantly increasing. Verse 16, it said, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break the staff of bread. So that's talking about your necessity, your way of life, your livelihood. Your everyday life is getting ready to change. You in for a rude awakening. A lot of people will go constantly relaxing in their leads, constantly not considering, not aware, not watching. Not even paying no type of attention of the signs of the time. And one thing about it will suddenly come upon you. And one thing about it, a lot of people get ready to get caught up in this evil net, which in fact is this, this time of trouble that we've never seen before, which in fact is Jacob's trouble. It is at the door, the hour of temptation. So a lot of people get ready to starve to death. Also, we know that cannibalism is getting ready to come back in a big play. A lot of women's going to be eating their own children. It's going to be killed or be killed. It's going to be a lawless time. Sedition among men. Hey, man, it's very close. So now let's start here. Verse 17, it says, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence, and blood shall pass through thee. And I will bring the sword, which in fact that sword goes into judgment upon thee. So I, the Lord, has spoken it. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So the Lord's getting ready to bring these evil arrows of famine and what pestilence and destruction upon us at a fast pace. You know, we already knowing about a lot of these things that's happening right here in America. You know, they're already talking about this measles outbreak. Also, he was talking about disease X. So a lot of things are coming in the pipeline. They could easily call another pandemic or another some type of lockdown or mandate they could bring forth. So we know that it's coming. They keep talking about April the 8th. So one thing about it, we're gonna measure the time diligently. We know that we read upon Passover. So we got to examine ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Constantly, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that we're in the right spirit, making sure that we're built up in the faith, because one thing about it is getting ready to get very, very critical. It's getting ready to be a lawless time. But one thing about it, the Lord said he will sustain us in these times of trouble, because we trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem. Also, we fear the Lord. So now let's go here to our last and final script. And we're seeing that these crises, one behind another, is constantly happening left and right. Let's go here to Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. Let's close out here. Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 5 and 7. We close out here. It said, make no terror to turn to the Lord. Put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So one thing about a lot of people are constantly putting off from day to day. These evils are constantly growing all around, left, right. A lot of people are seeing and they are hearing, but one thing about it, they're not paying any type of attention. They still think that, hey, everything would be all right. Everything would be fine. Everything would go back to normal. You have a strong delusion. This place is finished. This place is circling the drain. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to constantly to bring it forth each and every day. It's going to get worse and worse right before the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. This place is getting ready to be taken by by violence. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, hey, the body count is getting ready to be great. In the middle of the Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. So put not off from day to day. Don't delay. It's time to seek your true power while he can be found, because the door of repentance is constantly closing left and right. So one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to bring forth this judgment like you have never seen before. Verse 8, he said, set not thy heart or your mind upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. So one thing about it, a lot of people right now think they have a lot of resources, doomsday preppers. Oh, I have this, I have that. But hey, when the day of the Lord, none of that will not help you at all, because the Lord have power over poverty and also rich. We'll get that in a minute. So we're seeing that the day of calamity is fast approaching. Jacob's trouble. We constantly warn you left, right. Also that MOTB, that grain of rice. So the Lord's getting ready to try everyone on the planet. It's getting ready to be a global event that we have never seen before. It's going to be a global crisis, which in fact, hey man, that you have never seen before and you will never ever see again. When the Lord bring it, there will be no more talk. So let's go here to Ecclesiastes chapter 11. Let's go to 11. Let's see. Let's go here to 11 and 14. We'll close out here. 11 and 14. 11. Ecclesiastes, Sirach, 11 and 14. And it reads, it said, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. So one thing about it, so that's why, the Lord is breaking the staff of the bread. The Lord is causing these things to happen. And a lot of people were sleeping in a car. A lot of people might still have a job, but they're the working poor. The Lord is causing a humbling process is coming. The Lord is getting ready to cease the heresy of the proud. So a lot of people, had nice homes, had a bank account, nice car. Now, a lot of them are living probably in a tent or in their car, and they still might have a job, but they are barely making it. You know what I'm saying? So right there, they're on the borderline. So we already knowing right now, a lot of people pretty much are homeless, having a car. So we seeing that a lot of these things are going to constantly pick up left and right. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the Lord has not done it? Shall evil be done in the city, and the Lord has not done it? So the Lord is constantly bringing forth all these different calamities and catastrophes all around the world, because a lot of people are constantly walking in great pride. You know what I'm saying? So great misery is getting ready to befall them. So let's read this again. Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 11, verse 14 said, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. So one thing about it, so the Lord is causing all these things to happen. The Lord is breaking the staff of the bread, your necessity, your way of life, your livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Things is getting ready to change overnight. Red thing, we seeing that what the vibration is changing. We seeing that the Lord is constantly setting things back in order right in front of our face. We're in that transition to power. We already know that this great tribulation period is getting ready to start. Well, one thing about it is that we gonna what? Keep the faith. You know, we gonna keep what? Meditating day and night, constantly trusting and believing in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. We knowing that we are very close to this, to the finish line. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is Arizona Housing Crisis. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rikah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.